I've got to welcome back Deanna Booker, one of my favorite guests here on Maryland Today. She's the Communications and Outreach Manager for Consumer Credit Counseling Services of Maryland and Delaware. Deanna, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
We've got an interesting topic here today, one that I know absolutely nothing about.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to learning more. I've got a bunch of questions here for you.
All right.
Let's get right into this. We're going to start off talking about some exciting news, actually. I just read this. Consumer Credit Counseling Services of Maryland and Delaware, that's you guys, has just been given a grant to help seniors who are interested in applying for reverse mortgages.
We have.
So tell us more about that.
We have. We just got a federal grant to provide free reverse mortgage counseling to seniors. Usually, to cover our administrative costs in this counseling, we have to charge a fee of $125 for the service, for the counseling. But for a limited time only, the grant will allow us to provide this service for free. So it's exciting. I'm glad about it.
That's fantastic. And I mean, I'm not in the age realm here to be thinking about reverse mortgages.
Are you
but,
sure?
Well, I've got a couple more years, I think. But it's definitely something that I'm not familiar with. So I can only imagine there's a lot of other people out there as well that could use this service.
Sure.
So let's talk a little bit about it. What is a reverse mortgage?
A reverse mortgage allows you to borrow money against your home while you remain living there and without making payments on the loan. Ever since the economy got worse, this type of home loan has been increasingly popular with older adults. In fact, according to the National Reverse Mortgage Lenders Association, according to their figures, more than 500,000 American households have obtained a reverse mortgage in the past 7 years. So it was a big deal.
Wow. Now, I do understand that age and some other factors here help determine if you can qualify for a reverse mortgage.
Right.
What exactly is involved with that?
In order to qualify for a reverse mortgage, you and your spouse, or they say the youngest borrower, has to be at least 62 years of age, and you must have equity in your home. Now, generally, you can qualify for one of these reverse mortgages regardless of your current income level or your current credit score. So that can be a positive thing.
So this loan sounds like it would be a good option for seniors who have equity in their homes but are cash poor. Is that true?
Well, not always. Reverse mortgages are really complicated and they don't fit every situation. That's why consumers are required to receive HUD-approved counseling before they apply for a reverse mortgage through FHA's loan programs, because they really aren't for everybody.
So how does a reverse mortgage work?
Well, a lender loans you money based on the value of your home, the amount of equity you have in it, and your age at the time, you apply. The money you receive can be paid to you in monthly installments, as a lump sum, or as a line of credit, whichever ends up working best for the borrower.
There are a lot of working pieces in this, aren't there?
Yes, there really are. It's really complex.
When do you have to repay what you've been given?
Well, no matter how you get the funds paid out to you, you generally don't have to repay them until you sell your home, permanently move away, or die, unfortunately. If you decide to sell your home, you're allowed to keep any proceeds from the sale that are in excess of what you owe to the lender. So that's a good point to make.
So what if some of these seniors who are parents, they want to leave their home to their children? How does the reverse mortgage affect this inheritance?
Well, the estate inherits the home as usual, but there will be a lien on the title. The lien amounts to whatever proceeds were received from the reverse mortgage plus any interest that accrued. So here's an example. Here's a way to look at it. Say a senior homeowner takes out a reverse mortgage and they received $50,000 at the point that they pass away.
Okay.
Up until that point, they've gotten $50,000. Then the estate sells the house for $250,000. The lender is paid back the $50,000, and the estate heirs inherit the rest, the $200,000. So it's just about what's owed to the lender.
All right. I think I got this now. Now, I understand reverse mortgages aren't the right fit for everybody, but obviously they do offer some benefits to people. What are the advantages?
Sure. I think the biggest advantage is that it allows seniors to receive ongoing income and remain in their homes. Seniors don't want to leave their homes. They don't want to lose their homes. So I think that's the biggest advantage. And in some cases, it might help them pay off their existing mortgages. If they still had something owed on that original mortgage, this is going to help them be able to get rid of that. And here's another big advantage. The proceeds that they receive aren't taxed.
Wow.
So that's huge.
There sound like there's a lot of positives to this, but I'm sure there are some negatives. What are some of those disadvantages?
Well, yeah, there are always some negatives. Reverse mortgages might involve high closing costs and finance fees. Under a reverse mortgage, you retain the title to your home, but you're still responsible for paying the property taxes, the homeowner's insurance, for making any necessary repairs that might come up. And when the loan comes due, you or your heirs Notice I didn't say heirs that time. You or your heirs have to repay the loan balance. So it's not just free, They can also, reverse mortgages can also affect a senior's ability to qualify for certain governmental benefits.
Oh, okay.
So that's something that seniors have to keep in mind. So there really are just a lot of facts to consider. There's a lot of information. And that's why seniors, again, are required to obtain HUD-approved housing counseling and receive a certificate from that counseling session before they apply for a reverse mortgage through FHA loan programs.
So let's talk about Consumer Credit Counseling Services of Maryland and Delaware and how you guys can help people out here. We're going to abbreviate that to CCCS.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the CCCS Reverse Mortgage Counseling Program.
Well, we're doing housing counseling so big, really. We provide HUD-approved housing counseling to approximately 2,000 clients every year. Yeah, so it's a big deal. All of our counselors are trained, and that's really important. I said that because that's really important given the level of detail and complexity. When it comes to reverse mortgages, the information and the education that they demand. So I'm really proud of that.
So how does CCCS's Reverse Mortgage Counseling Program work?
Well, when clients first approach us for reverse mortgage counseling, we give them a checklist of materials to gather. We give them a packet of resources to review beforehand. That way, when they come to the session, they already have some understanding of the questions that need to be answered. Counseling sessions focus on clients' current financial situations, the options that they have, maybe other than a reverse mortgage. Because again, like we said before, they're not for everybody. Mm-hmm. So when we're counseling seniors, we're going to talk about everything that might be able to be done. We're going to talk about how reverse mortgages work, the factors that determine what the loan amounts are going to be, the pros, the cons, all of the options, all of the responsibilities that seniors are still going to have. All of those issues, we're considering all that. We're going to talk numbers during the counseling session for reverse mortgage, but the numbers that we're going to give and the financial kind of information that we're going to give really only serves as an illustration. We want to make sure that seniors are aware that only lenders, only their actual lenders can provide them with the actual loan amounts, the costs, the fees, that kind of thing. But we are going to go over numbers, again, just as an illustration.
How does CCCS's Reverse Mortgage Counseling Program compare with some other programs that are out there?
I'm a little biased, I guess. Honestly, though, there are lots of groups that provide reverse mortgage advice. Some are reputable and some aren't.
Sure. And
that's just the truth. Some of them may offer a certificate but not provide the type of information that consumers really need to make informed decisions. So we really highly recommend that consumers are doing some homework and they're checking out, different organizations, different companies that they go to before they make a decision about who to use.
Okay, so when you're talking about doing your homework and checking people out first, what are some questions that seniors should ask before they select an agency?
Well, I think the main thing is the program HUD approved. Mm-hmm. Nonprofit agencies with HUD certified counselors are more likely to be reputable. That's just how it is. They also want to find out, is the agency that they're considering working with offering personalized education? In the past couple of years, we've been noticing a trend toward online reverse mortgage counseling. And online sessions generally don't allow clients to interact directly with a counselor, so they're not able to ask questions, which is can be a really big issue, honestly. So as a result, clients are leaving the session without really knowing if a reverse mortgage really is right for them. So they want to find out, is the session going to provide enough information for them to be able to evaluate all of their options and really make the best kind of informed decision? We've also noticed that reverse mortgage counseling sessions generally vary widely based on the amount of time that they take and the information that they provide. A well-planned individual counseling session is likely to run 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, now that might seem like a long time, and honestly, group workshops run longer, 4, 5, 6, even 8 hours.
Gosh.
I know it seems like a lot of time, but it really is nothing compared with the time and worry and expense that clients might have if they make a poor decision and they don't get the right type of counseling. So they really do have to do that homework.
Yeah, that makes sense then. What other advice do you have for older adults who may be considering applying for a reverse mortgage?
Well, I would say, kind of tying back into what we were just talking about a second ago, don't just go for a quick certificate. Take the time really to understand reverse mortgages. Really review any information that you're given, ask plenty of questions, really find out about the process. And before you even decide on a reverse mortgage, you really have to make sure that it really is the right thing for you. Don't just look for seniors. I want to make sure that they're not just looking at where they stand now, but think about how it's going to affect your life as time goes by and as your needs change. And honestly, as we get older and that kind of thing. So if it really does just take some thought and some consideration. If seniors decide that a reverse mortgage does that they do make sense, they want to study all the options that are out there. They really want to make sure that they understand the pros and cons, everything that's going to come with each option, and the best way to protect themselves and make sure that their needs are addressed.
So if anybody listening today is interested in contacting CCCS for some more information about reverse mortgages, how can they do that?
They can call our housing line. The number is 1-866-731-8486 to make an appointment. Local residents can also visit our website, cccs-inc.org, to learn more about our housing counseling program. We also offer a free Understanding Reverse Mortgage online course there, so they can definitely check that out.
How long will CCCS be offering reverse mortgage counseling for free?
Well, till the money runs out.
Okay.
Our campaign really is going to last until the grant monies are gone. So hopefully the next 2, 3, 4 months or so. The opportunity, though, is first come, first serve.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're interested in getting a reverse mortgage, now really is the time to do it while it's still free. The
All right,
counseling.
hit me with that contact information one more time.
Absolutely. The housing line is 1-866-731-8486. And our website is www.cccs-inc.org.
Deanna Booker, once again, an interview filled with amazing information. She's the Communication and Outreach Manager for Consumer Credit Counseling Services of Maryland and Delaware. Deanna, thank you so much once again for coming by.
Thank you so much for